Welcome to Vlogmas Week 3. Hey, I am sorry for the light. I know it's a very unflattering hour. I apologize. I will do a bit of a hand sewing. I'll show you what I'm going to work on while we chat and then we'll do the chatting. I am delivering tomorrow this beautiful dress, which is for the Panto of Brussels. And the dress originally had this apron attached to it, and I have unpicked the apron fully so that now that is off the dress because they didn't want it for this performance. But when I removed the apron, I saw that there was those bits here, the purple bits. So those were going down and then the apron were attached kind of like on them. And it's finished. It's really, really ugly. And so what I want to do is just tuck them under like this and finish it neatly by hand. This way it finishes like this and you don't have the very ugly end here because it does hurt my eyes a little bit. So I'm simply going to do a tiny bit of hand sewing, tucking this under, and we're going to call it a day. So this is what I'm going to be doing while we chat. It is Sunday night. My dinner is in the oven, so I'm going to try to finish. How long do I have? My dinner is finished in 6 minutes. Basically, I had a great Sunday. I'm very, very happy. You guys were all like, you should procrastinate less with my homework. And for my defense, I think it's important to keep in mind that all of this narration comes from someone that is quite organized normally and likes to be on top of things. I feel like if I were someone less bothered with being on time with things, I wouldn't complain about feeling late about everything. And maybe you'd think I was more on time with my homework. So just for my own defense, I might be less late on everything than I might make you think, because as I put a lot of pressure on myself, I have very high standard. If I don't meet those standards, then I talk like it's a disaster, but it's probably not as bad as some people would have and would think it's fine. I still took all of your message to motivate myself to do really good work this Sunday, and I was really like, I'm going to spend the whole week being so happy to have this done. So I basically worked really hard all day, and I have finished my history of costume homework. I have finished, well, not fully finished, but mostly finished my staging homework. So we went to see a play on Wednesday and we had to write about that play we've seen, obviously about the costumes in them, but also just like the play in general, because it's a staging class. So it's not necessarily about costume. I mean, it's not only about costume, it's also about all the rest. And I also clean the house, which when I have the time to do that on the weekend, it's so nice. I love starting the week in a clean house. Find that it does wonder for my mind. Don't know, you just start and it feels fresh and nice and love it. Now I realize I have no clue what I have said or not, but so this is for the Brussels Panto, and I will be making a couple of costumes for them. This is literally just altering a dress that exists already, and there's another dress that needs an alteration in the back, and I will also be doing that. I'll probably show you, but otherwise I will be creating from scratch 1 to 3 dresses. It depends on what my friends from school want to do because we're sharing the work amongst ourselves. So I will keep you in the loop for all of this. But yeah, in general, I just want to say I'm feeling super positive. I'm really feeling like I used this Sunday to prep my week to be a winning week. So it feels really nice. I used to be at Legally Blonde rehearsals on Sunday all day, and it makes such a difference to have the Sunday to do things. Because yeah, you can do so much in a Sunday and then you start your week and there's so much done. I don't know, feels really good. I'm really happy. Basically, positive vibes to start the vlog. I shall leave you with a little montage of the last few days. to the book section of the video. And I quickly want to talk about Alice Garin as an author in general. This book is the one I read and it's currently only in French, so I won't get too long about this. But Alice Garin is a graphic novel author. And I just want to mention her as a whole because I just read this book. And what I was incredibly impressed with was the way she conveys her message visually. I can understand how people create amazing messages through words, but making a meaning so clear through images, that blows my mind. Like, it's something I really wouldn't be able to do. I'm like, really want to mention her. And her first book, Forget Me Not, is about losing her grandmother to Alzheimer. And I have not read it yet, but I really want to read it. I have also lost a grandparent to Alzheimer. I wanted to put her name out there because she's a Brussels author. And honestly, the way she draws is amazing. So that's the first mention for the book section. Discover Alice Garin if you want to discover an amazing Brussels author. And my current audiobook of choice is Here One Moment, and it's the latest book by Liane Moriarty. I have read every single one of her books, and Here One Moment is the one that just came out. I'm not fully finished, but I really enjoyed so far. I have to say this one feels less unique, gripping. I don't know, I'm always like really into a book, and here I'm enjoying it, but so far I'm not finding it life-changing. Some of her other books I was really so into them, so I really like it, but maybe not her best book. I don't know if you normally read Liane Moriarty and you read that one as well. Let me know what you thought of this one. And that was the short book section of the video. I'm going back to homework. How fun is Vlogmas, the never-ending pile of homework. Good vibes for smashing through a huge pile of homework today. Wish me luck. I'm taking a little break in my homework to do a few mending jobs for myself, and basically I've finished all the homework I have to do on my sewing machine, so next is going to be all hand sewing. So I thought, well, I'll just quickly do the things I need to do for myself on my sewing machine, and this way afterwards I can just get cracking with the hand sewing. Damn it, I still need to do the bound buttonhole. Oh my god. Oh no, I was so happy I was done with the machine. Okay, so I still need to do my bound buttonhole, and then I will be done with the machine sewing. And then I can get to the hand sewing part of my homework. I know that if you are someone who procrastinates your mending, what I'm going to say is just like not going to be helpful, because if you procrastinate it, there must be a reason, and what I'm going to say is not going to be helpful. But if you were to ask me, how do I stay on top of my mending pile? I would simply answer that I do not have a mending pile. So if I notice that something needs doing, I just do it. And you know as well as I do that mending is very rarely very long jobs. So for example here, these are the shorts I've made for myself that I made them quite a while ago, but you saw the video only recently. And what happened with them is that I was feeling a bit upset at the top stitching. I think you're going to be able to tell the top stitching here isn't super neat. I caught too much fabric, and so there's really this kind of bump here all on the front of the top stitching, and it's very nice everywhere else. It's just the front I haven't done super neatly. And I just realized if it makes me unhappy, I can just unpick it and re-top stitch it nicely, and then it's no longer a problem. So this is what I'm having fun doing right now, unstitching it and then restitching it. And next on the mending pile, the cuff has kind of unpicked a little bit over literally like 2 centimeters here. It hasn't picked, and so I'm literally going to re-zigzag over that cuff. That's going to take 6.5 seconds to fix. So that's one, and this one I noticed that the French seam has popped somewhere under the arm area, little popped seam. So that's going to take 7 seconds to fix. So how do I stay on top of my mendings? I don't have a pile. It just, when I have the sewing machine out, I just do it because it would be, to me, silly not to get to it straight away. But I don't want to sound judgy because I know that sometimes when procrastination strikes, it's hard to get out of it. So I'm saying this not with judgment, but simply doing it is the easiest way to have it done. I had a real moment of like, is it worth making your own sportswear, blah, 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 and reflection about that. And I actually wanted to buy myself a pair of new sports shorts. It was kind of a like reward purchase. You staying on top of your sports session, congrats, get a new pair of shorts as motivation type of thing. When they arrived, I was like, this is so badly made, like stuff. And even from actual brands, stuff is so bad nowadays. And once more, I'm like, sewing has ruined me, but it's true. I couldn't keep them. I had to send them back because I was like, there's no way I'm paying 40 euros for something that fits so bad that I could make better. And yeah, so I didn't keep the sports shorts, and that really re-motivated me to make my own sportswear. I have this very nice fabric that I'm going to eventually make some leggings out of when I have time at some point. Can you please all be very proud of me? This is my first try, and I'm always a bit like, Noémie doesn't redo things or doing the details, and I was like, I'm just going to give it like this. But you know, you can see that there's tensions at the corner, so I've redone it. Ta-da! Hope you can see the improvement. Yes, I mean, anyone can see the improvement. So this is what I'm giving for homework. So yeah, quite proud, but this truly confirms to me that I'm more a bish bash bosh sewing type of person than a delicate hand sewing, intricate work. I'll do it for school, I'll do it for 3 years, and then I'll go back to bish bash bosh and happy sewing. We'll see. Maybe I'm going to be converted by the end of 3 years, but you know, this is like one buttonhole. And I'm like, is it worth it? I'm curious to see what type of sewing I'll be doing in 3 years and how school will have transformed me. Because if you had asked me, I would have said I would never have done this, but now it's the third one I make and I have more coming in my future, so who knows? It's me. I didn't have a brain transplant. I am doing hand sewing. It is for homework though, but gosh, if you had told me a year ago how much hand sewing I would have done in the last 4 months, how long have I been in school? 3 months? I would not have believed it, that's for sure. My wife is currently in Maastricht getting a new tattoo, and very excited for her. I can't wait to see the tattoo and see how beautiful it's going to be. She's super happy about it, so I'm happy too. But yeah, the fact that I was like, there was a point to this? Yes, there was a point. Because she's in Maastricht until late to get her tattoo done, and obviously then she has to come back all the way from Maastricht to Brussels, I am spending the evening alone. It means I can do my homework all evening. That's the plan. And yeah, I'm sure I'll show you what I do as I do it. Here I'm basically hand finishing my bound buttonhole. So yes, this is very pretty, but is it worth the time? That's like that with everything I'm learning at school at the moment. I'm like, yes, it's very neat, it's very pretty, but is it worth the time it takes to make this? Is it? I don't know. It is a little bit more work, but I really like how cute those stitches are. Can you see the little foot they have every time? Find that very cute. So yeah, keep going. Ooh, I'm so pleased. I have a couple of things I want to share to end the last Vlogmas of this year. And it's two things. First, that's only if you speak French and you have an interest in costume and historical way of dressing. But there's a series that is called Damoiselle, and it's quite funny. It's a woman who's pretty much acting like she's an influencer, but for example, for the Egyptian period, she's an influencer showing you her top tip for that time of the month, how as an Egyptian you would deal with your period. So that's just one example, but they go through many periods of history and many time on different topics related to clothing, makeup, like, you know, makeup in ancient Rome, for example, but it's presented through an influencer back in the period where we're talking, and afterwards there's a second episode with an actual historian of fashion commenting on everything that has been said and just like kind of fact checking it with you and making sure that everything was clear and that you don't have any fake news in your news. So just if you speak French and you do like fashion history, I will put that in the description down below. And otherwise, I have decided to go back down to one video a week. I know that you have not made me do 2 videos a week. I know that you have not pressured me or anything. I had already decided once in summer, I believe, to go down to 1 video a week. And I just couldn't keep it 1 video a week because I have way too many ideas and I want to talk about so many things. And if you look at my calendar for 2025, I'll show it here. I actually have, I think, only 6 empty spots until mid-July because I just have so many ideas and so many things I want to talk about and so many subjects I want to cover. As you can see, yes, this is a very full calendar. So if I don't post a video on Friday as well, I basically don't have any room for any new ideas, which I find very difficult, and that's why I went back to 2 videos a week. But I also have to recognize that it takes too much time to do 2 videos a week, and if I want to give myself the best shot with school, stay on top of my professional work life as well, there's just no way. It's a really tricky one because no one is forcing me to post videos on YouTube, obviously, and so I just do it out of passion, but so it's really hard to stop myself from doing 2 videos a week. So I wanted to say it here as a way to force myself as well and to hold myself accountable, because at the moment there's just not enough hours in the week to have 2 videos a week from me. So I think that will just force me to really decide what is the most pertinent videos to have and maybe accept that some ideas just need to go in the bin, which is very hard for me. I do want to make everything I have in my head happen, but that's just how it is. And even if you look at the calendar again, I think the first empty slot is already like end of February, and I really don't like feeling like or if I create something spontaneous, you guys are not going to see until a month later. I will try to obviously be flexible with the calendar, maybe push things around if necessary. I just wanted to show why it's so difficult for me to go down to 1 video a week. It's because there's just so much I want to talk about. The 1 video a week makes it very hard to squeeze all of the topics I want to put into the calendar. But that's how it is. I'm going to try to make it really the exception to have a 2nd video a week and not the rule like I have been making it in the past few months. So that's the news. And I'm saying it not because I think you will say anything about it, because you guys have been lovely from the start, encouraging me to take it easy if I need. It's just that I don't want to take it easy. I do want to post twice a week and to keep sharing at the rate I do. So that's that. But the video on Monday is a video where I share all of my favorite sewing YouTubers. So if you are sad on Friday, I hope that in that list you'll find people to hang out with when you are not watching my videos on Fridays. So I'll keep the Monday videos and will not do the Friday videos as much as I can. I really want to try to stop myself from posting. Yell at me if you see me post on Friday. Okay, and I will round up the vlog here. Thank you so much for following Vlogmas. I hope you enjoyed following me around. I feel like this week was not particularly fun. It's just looking at me doing a lot of homework, but keeping it real, that's what I'm doing in the festive season. As you are watching this video on Friday, I'm doing my very last full day sewing class. And then I'm starting the Christmas holidays, so that's going to be very nice. But thank you so much for having watched Vlogmas. I will see you every Monday for new videos from me. If you're already here, I think you've already subscribed. But if you haven't subscribed yet, well, feel free to. You can also give me a little like if you're still around. Give a like for my Christmas tree. My wife made it. And yeah, I wish you a very, very nice weekend and a very happy festive season. Don't forget that you can make anything. Bye! And making sure that you have understood everything well. And making sure that you have understood, oh my god. And making sure that you have understood